My name is Dorothy Hillbrant, and I'll be 72 in May 13th. I made it to 72. Marijuana gave me a life. Look at my beautiful garden. I couldn't have done that if I didn't have that ability to keep going. I was sitting right there and my little puppy heard something and she lunged off of me and pushed off and jumped to go down, my little tiny chihuahua. And I went, oh, that kind of hurt. Gee, are you getting that big a girl? You know, I mean, that type of thought. And that days kept going and that kept getting worse. And then I knew, this is not right. Something's wrong. So I went and said, I got a problem. I don't know what it is. And so they took the x-rays and stuff, and it was a 10 centimeter tumor on my ovary. So I had ovarian cancer. And as soon as they suspected, they gave me that blood test, and I was like over 400, and 35 is normal. So they knew right away it was ovarian cancer. And then I had the surgery. After the surgery, I started chemo in the end of June. And because of my small veins, I would have to sit for 6 hours for a period of time to have I call it the poison bumping into me. And then I was doing that every 3 weeks. And then I did well. I was recovering good. And then the following August, they took July they took them and the numbers had jumped up, which means I have little cells of these cancers in my bloodstream. And they hide out and then they show up. And this year, I had to have a biopsy in my neck because there was a showing of something and they had to do genetic testing, and it was the ovarian cancer going through the nodules. So keep going. I'm very highly allergic to chemical medications. This last time I actually had an allergic reaction to one of the chemos I was on. So that was scary. And then I got neuropathy, which is your nerves go dead. And they put me on a medication and I had a very bad reaction from it. My eyes, I couldn't control them. I couldn't focus and I couldn't see. I couldn't drive. I couldn't read. I had to close one eye and look through a magnifying glass to be able to see. And as one doctor at Kaiser looks at my list and says, you're allergic to everything but God. And I am. And I know there's more people than just me going through this, especially since I've gone and gotten it, gotten the approval because of the situation. I can't even take the little pills they give you for nausea because they react to make me sicker. So if I take 1 or 2 hits, that's all I have to take. And I can sit there and wait, patiently and wait. I mean, it's like taking a baby aspirin, basically. And you know what I'm saying, the process that you do, and you wait for it to work. Well, it's kept me walking forward. I'm afraid if I didn't have it and I was so sick from all the other medications, I might have given up already. I had a couple of scares at the end of each year that I've had the chemo. You get to the point where you can hardly walk and you're really unstable physically. And it can be scary. And if I didn't have where I could get myself relaxed and get my mind off of what the physical things were doing, then I could breathe and use my mind and pray and get myself, back to where you're not focusing on what's happening to your body, you're focusing on what's within yourself. There are many people like me whose bodies can't handle the chemicals. And doctors through the time of my life have given us stuff and wanted us to take it and take it quickly and take large amounts. And I think our immune system get knocked down. Plus you have hormones and milk and chickens and beef, and our bodies can't handle all this stuff. So you have to give it something that it can work with, that is natural, not something that somebody put together. Because if you look at the names of stuff, they sure don't say any names I know. Where if you have marijuana, you have marijuana. I say it's because it's been classified by the federal government as an opiate, when it isn't. It's an herb. And it has medicinal faculties in it. And it can be used with natural things to make other medicinal uses for it. I went to my oncologist and I asked her if she could give me a prescription, because I knew I could go and, get a paper for it. She said Kaiser would not allow her to. And I said, okay. But before I left, somebody else handed me a piece of paper and said, I think you probably could use this number. I won't say who or what or when or where, but they gave it to me. And then she always talks to me about it. When do I use it? How do I use it? She wants, like you, what does it feel like? What happens? It also, if you get down, it gives you a lift.